everybody. Can you believe it is already the week of Christmas? I cannot. But if you still want to decorate and get crafty with some things you've got around the house, I have a very fun and cute Christmas craft for you to try. And the kids can participate without like totally destroying the vibe that you're going for. Plus, we have a great Mindful Monday. We're gearing up for the new year with Dr. Chad Peters and a positive attitude. Plus, our friend Dr. G has some very helpful advice for us in regards to our health, thanks to our partnership with Texas Family Wellness Clinic. So we've got a great show lined up for you. Thank you for joining us. You're watching Coastal Living.
As this holiday season comes and goes, and especially as the new year starts to take shape, there's always an increased emphasis on, I'm going to do it different this year. This is your year to get in shape, maybe lose the weight, or to save money. Whatever your big plans are to start a new year out, this is it. We traditionally think of these as New Year's resolution, but that term itself has kind of gone by the wayside as generations have realized that a New Year's resolution rarely results in any real change. But the idea and mindset still fits. New year, new me. Let's try something different. Over the next couple of Mindful Mondays, I'm going to have a little bit different approach because as I try to do everything in my life, I found out there's a better way. Right now, I'm smack in the middle of going over the final edit of my new book. It's a book geared towards high school coaches and giving them insight into some of the newest concepts in the sports performance world with the intent that these new ideas no longer take a generation to trickle down. These concepts, when applied, make better athletes. I want these ideas available to my kids, not their children. The same goes for you and your New Year's setup. I get the idea about changing your body composition and focusing on fitness and ideas on diet, but the old way doesn't nearly work as well as a new way. So I'm going to start my first in a series of New Year's motivational mindsets with better plans. We're going to start before the new year because a plan in place works a lot better than a plan as a reaction. And it couldn't have come at better timing as I'm recently helping one of my closest friends fix this issue himself. The same ideas I gave him works across the board. Rule 1, before you move forward at all, have a why. Why do you want to get in shape? Why do you want to save money? What's it all about? And don't have it be some general routine answer. Come up with something specific and unique to you. Don't answer immediately. Spend some time thinking about this and come up with a unique reason why there's this itch in your head. And it better be something bigger than, because it's what I really want. It's what everyone's doing. I always said I'd get there. If you want the number one mistake that everyone makes while setting plans for changing something major about themselves, it's because they don't have a valid reason other than it seemed like a good idea. And I'll tell you, it'll never work. It won't work for riches, it won't work for abs, it won't work for writing a novel because it isn't real motivation. It's flat reasoning. You have to have some deep-seated meaning and value behind it. In 20 years of working with the personal training aspect side and improvement and performance side, I've yet to have anyone come to the table with a valid reason. And that's why this has to be the first step. And it cannot be something that anyone else would answer to you. It has to come from deep within. And if your reason is because I want to run a marathon, you're going to have to dig a little bit deeper, get some internal philosophy. What's a marathon for? What does it mean to my personal, intimate level? Maybe stuff I wouldn't even tell my closest friends, because now we're cooking. That's step 1. And even if you never hear from me again, it is a valuable lesson. We're often too blinded sometimes to even speak with our own subconscious. And we have to do it. Does this mean something to me? How am I rewarded? Because it needs to be something non-tangible. I don't think people get rich and keep it by chasing money. They're chasing something that feeds a need inside of them. That's where they get rich. And it's 10 times that when they're trying to get in shape. A non-tangible reward that means something. Most people never have the guts to even ask themselves. Occasionally, we need to be reminded of this, and this is the perfect time as we're heading into the new year and the holidays. It should make everything you have this season contain more value and more worth. Next time, we're going to get into some of the details, but don't start anything without having your own personal why.
Hi, this is Dr. Ron Gavato with Texas Family Wellness Clinic, here today for our health and wellness segment, again with our registered dietitian, Kate Hilliard, and we are talking about some healthy holiday tips for eating. So from a clinical side, on my side, one of the things that I try to advise patients is to slow down when you eat, make sure that you're not overeating. So that's really important because when you are eating, you want to give your body time to understand that you are feeling full and not plow through a plate of food and then find out, oh my gosh, I overate, I ate too much, and there you are maybe experiencing things like heartburn or abdominal pain or bloating. So you don't want to be overeating for sure.
Yeah.
You want to take your time and chew your food. That's really big. Also chewing your food, making sure you're breaking down that food thoroughly so by the time it does get to your stomach, it is digested and absorbed appropriately. So those are some of the tips that I have. Kate has plenty of tips on her end.
Yes, for sure. So with holidays, we get really excited about the food, and so that's where, we're getting out the big platters and, piling it on high. And so I always say choose for the smaller plate that'll automatically portion what you're eating. If there's a big buffet line, I always say to kind of survey it beforehand, so it's really choosing what you really do want and not just, starting at the beginning and finishing up towards the end there. And so, I just think those things are really important. And then if, of course, you're the cook for the holiday season, there are a lot of great recipes that really are lower sugar, lower carb, just simple swaps, using cauliflower instead of potato, or using stevia instead of sugar for those desserts, or desserts that are more fruit-based or mousse-based rather than like a really heavy, dense crust. And so being able to even provide those healthier options there. And of course, having more vegetables included, being able to eat those vegetables, that higher fiber first, that protein second on your plate, and the carbohydrates last, does a lot better for digestion and reducing that spike of insulin secretion and, of course, glucose.
So super important, that order of the foods that we eat, the foods that we consume, having that in that order to prevent those sugar spikes. One of the things that we're big on is making sure that you're not developing problems like insulin resistance, prediabetes, or diabetes. So having that smooth intake of sugar into your bloodstream by having those meals in that order can be, big and definitely beneficial in terms of your health. So it's also really important to understand not to be eating too late at night. We know that if you do that, that can certainly be counterproductive to some of the goals that you may have in terms of weight loss or just not having those sugar spikes. So timing of your meals essential as well.
Excellent. And then obviously with the holidays, there are certain foods that we only get once a year. And so definitely you can enjoy them in moderation. That's always key. And, being able to, again, just supplement it with your healthier items along on the plate. And so.
Very good. So enjoy your meals. Just do it sensibly. And from all of us here at Texas Family Wellness Clinic, have a happy holiday season.
Health and Wellness with Dr. Guevara is paid for by Texas Family Wellness Clinic.
It's time for another holiday gift guide, and today we're here at the famous Anthony's Aveda Concept Salon. Here with Haley. Tell me a little bit about Anthony's. Y'all been around for a minute.
Yes, ma'am. So we are a family-owned and operated business, and we have been since we opened our doors back in 1983. So we are so thankful to the Coastal Bend community for supporting our business for the past 4 decades. And we are a salon and day spa, so we're head to toe. Anything you need, you can get it here. We do hair, nails, massages, facials, waxing, you name it, it's here.
Absolutely. And what I love is that you'll offer packages, different things if you're trying to treat somebody or if you want to treat yourself. They offer a variety of packages, and in addition to that, this holiday season, not only do you have an opportunity to get a gift card or some really great products for someone you love, but treat yourself. Y'all do extensions, halo extensions, they do the tape-ins, so literally anything you can think of is right here at Anthony's. So tell me a few about the products that you all offer as well.
Yes, so we are an Aveda Concept Salon, and Aveda, if you're not familiar, is vegan, cruelty-free. It's a product that we really trust and believe in, and that we're really, really proud to have in our salon. So on top of that, we also have Nutrafol, Image, Smashbox, pretty much anything you need as far as tools. We have straighteners, brushes, anything you need, we have it here.
I love it, and it really is a spa experience, and I love the story too because it's a true testament to the fact that when you support a small business business, and when they do things right and carry their business correctly, you can really support the local economy and help keep places like this thriving like you all are. So we have a little treat for you guys. If you come in and get any service when you mention Coastal Living, you will be entered into a raffle. And let me tell you, you can win a day in heaven, which is their biggest package. That includes a 6-hour experience, including a facial, massage, manicure, pedicure, shampoo, cut, blow dry, makeup. Y'all, tell me that isn't an actual day in heaven, right?
Absolutely.
So stop by Anthony's Aveda Concept Salon right here off of Everhart, 40 years and going strong. This holiday season, they've got everything you need to take care of that special someone. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're off to a great start, but we're going to take a quick breather. When we come back, we're going to share another Coastal Creative Christmas edition with some really great tunes that you are sure to appreciate. We have that and so much more to come right here on Coastal Living. Don't go anywhere.
My name is Benjamin Salinas, and this is Tony Gomez, and we're part of the Harbor City All-Stars. We're going to show you a song that me and a good friend of mine wrote about 10 years ago. It was a band called Buck and Cosmo, and this is a song called Christmas Exchange. And it was a song about getting bad Christmas gifts and giving bad Christmas gifts. So we all kind of know how that goes. I recorded it about 10 years ago with Mason Shirley over at Sound Machine Studios. Had a ball of a time doing it, getting in the Christmas season and trying to give back to the community. And what better way to give back to the community than a Christmas song?
Absolutely. So if you guys made it to the Christmas show this last Saturday over at the House of Rock, you know you enjoyed the Christmas Exchange. Be sure you tune into the Christmas Exchange and also tune into the Harbor City All-Stars on our Facebook and Instagram.
So here's Buck and Cosmo's Christmas Exchange.
This Christmas, I got you a gift card. Couldn't think of what you wanted, and I wasn't gonna try that hard. Also, I was super broke. It was either this gift card or a Coke. So that's why it's only for $10. This Christmas, I got you some socks, but they're really festive with a pattern that rocks. It's Santa and his reindeer around a campfire drinking cold beer. And on top of that, they light up. Fa la 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 la.
Guys, anybody can do this craft. All you need are a few of those Amazon boxes you've been hoarding from all that holiday shopping, your Black Friday shopping. You'll need some Mod Podge or glue, some scissors, and some wrapping paper or tissue paper or even napkins. All right, so we're just gonna cut out Christmas tree shaped triangles. So simple, even the kids can do it as long as they're old enough to handle scissors. Have some fun. I'm gonna cut about 5 or 6 trees out of this one with a good variety of sizes. So I did about 3 or 4 tall ones, 2 little ones, maybe like a middle-sized one. There's your Mod Podge, your brushes if you want, and some tissue and wrapping paper. You really have an opportunity to have fun with this. Layering my tree with the Mod Podge. You can also do Elmer's glue, you can do the tape. I don't know how good that's gonna come out, but glue seems like the best bet, right? We're gonna stack that wrapping paper on top. Me being a little OCD, I wanna make sure it's perfectly straight. I'm gonna trim around and give myself about 1 inch or 1/2 inch past the cardboard so that I have the ability to wrap the wrapping paper around the edges just to give it more of a finished look. And to get that to stick, just a little bit more Mod Podge on the edges. This is really similar to Elmer's glue. It dries fairly quickly and it's pretty malleable, like you can move around with it. So get all that done and you're going to repeat the process over and over again with all of your trees. Try to get some variety in there, have some fun with it, and really incorporate, a variety of styles. So I came up with this one all by myself. I DIY'd a little stand for my trees once they're all done. Starting with the biggest ones in the background, you want to have them spread out and then put your medium or small in the foreground. This is just coming out so cute, guys. I was so excited when I got to this part. And that cardboard is going to work like a stand. So this is neat because I can actually put this away and then bring it out again for next year. It's so cute. And I love that the kids can participate because it's a great way to make memories. You can personalize these, put bows on them, put a little star on the top, wrap some ribbon. I mean, the possibilities are endless, but these came out so good and I am so proud of them. If you guys try this arts and craft project at home, please tag me in your photos at Coastal Living TV on Facebook and Instagram. Have fun and happy holidays.
I'm Dr. Ron Guevara at Texas Family Wellness Clinic. And from our family to yours, Merry Christmas!
Dream, something we all strive for. And yes, that does include dreams of financial wealth, or at least being financially healthy enough to support yourself and future generations in your family. With that said, I do have Andrew Hansen, VP of Generations Wealth Management, to give us some insight on how to get started in regards to our finances. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So let's start with the basics, right? We want a financial plan for the future. What are those first steps in laying out that comprehensive financial plan?
Well, I think first and foremost, you have to admit that that first step is always the hardest. It's such a vulnerable process, but if you can get past making that first initial step and saying, hey, I need to sit down and get serious about that, then you're in a good position to go going forward. First and foremost, though, before you get into any numbers, establish your goals. What are the things you want to achieve? What do you see your future life looking like? You always want to have those goals and mindset. If you're starting out initially as a first-time investor, I would look into certain, educational materials, whether you speak with a financial advisor, read articles online, get educated on it. But making that first step is always the hardest, and it comes with analyzing your income and your expenses. Once you get to that goal or that step, everything else will kind of work itself out. You just got to make sure you have the education and you make that first initial step. It's always the toughest.
Okay, very good. And as with anything else, right, times are changing, the economy is changing. So how can we ensure that our financial plan is flexible to stay with the times?
Well, you want to be as flexible as the market and as everything outside of the world. So it's important to diversify. You want to diversify a lot because, when it comes to ever-changing markets, they react differently. You want to make sure that you know how your market's going to react should something happen in the stock market or should something happen on a global level. You want to be aware of how your assets are structured and make sure that they fit your personality. If you're somebody that can afford to be aggressive, then be aware that you can afford to be aggressive. If you're somebody who hates to lose even a cent on a day, make sure and understand that you're on a conservative approach going forward. So make sure you understand how it works and that you're flexible and diversified.
Very, very good. Okay, so with that said, obviously we should leave these types of things to the professionals. Some of us are self-trained. We feel really keen to numbers and money management. But are there any resources out there for someone like myself who has no clue what I'm doing?
Realistically, you have online, you have the World Wide Web at your fingertips. You want to find somebody that you can trust. So you spoke to it, a financial advisor. There are financial advisors in your area that can do basically the same thing as everybody else. And education and transparency is key. I've seen way too many times where people come in and they just don't know how their stuff works because their advisor didn't explain it to them. So that would be first and foremost, is educate yourself and develop a trusting relationship with an advisor.
Very good. Well, all this free advice you're giving us certainly helps us trust you. And so if anybody is looking for your help, your support, your services, how do we get in touch with you all?
You can visit us at www.generationswealthmgt.com. There we have our blogs, and you can reach out to us directly. Contact information is provided.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for your time today. We appreciate your insight and look forward to all the changes we'll be able to make here for folks in our own community.
Awesome. Thank you so much. You guys have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
For us on today's show. You see what I did there? Yeah. All right, guys, Christmas is coming, but don't worry. Tomorrow we're going to have the doctors in the house to talk about our health and wellness. Those are so important. Plus, if you're looking for a last minute something to put under the tree, why not a dog? An adopted one from Corpus Christi Animal Care Services will have your pet of the week and so much more. So be sure to join us then. Let's keep the conversation going at Coastal Living TV on Facebook and Instagram. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.